What is going on, guys? Your boy Guns here, and today we're gonna be going over some hero skill change announcements. All right, some hero skill change announcements. We have some. I normally don't cover these, but when I saw the changes, I'm like, oh wow, this actually is gonna change some things for sure. And joining me here today is my boy, Mr. Fluffy Waffles himself. I mean, the man doesn't need any introduction, but if you don't know who he is, I think he's the best player in the game, and other people also think he's the one of the best players in the game. Fluffy Waffles, brother. Now in TFS also. Welcome, bro. How you doing today?
Again, sorry, you doing good. Look, quite the introduction. Appreciate that. I'm just a default character trying to grow the game. That's all.
Commander of the North, leader of the TFS Cavalry Army, the most ruthless.
I don't know about leader. I'll probably be on my own doing my own stuff.
Yeah, Cav mains, man. Cav mains. All right. Let's lock in here. Let's lock in here. Um, I'll put a link to Fluffy Waffles' YouTube. He recently started doing YouTube as well. Thank God, because content create, we need more content creators. Some of you guys think it's too late, but it's definitely not. All right, here we go. So the first one for Rondo, bro. I mean, you being a Cav guy, this is definitely a
Yeah.
good change.
Obviously, I'm very excited. I'm very happy. Forondil's hits for 1200 damage factor, which is a lot lower. It's the lowest in the game for legendary heroes. It's a much needed change, I think. Obviously, unbiased opinion. I do like the change. But yeah, we can go through it, and I'll give you my feedback and see what you think as well.
For sure. So for this one, like the main change that I'm looking at here, um, so the I'll mainly just talk like without having to read absolutely everything. So the main change is that his main skill is gonna deal extra physical damage for each enemy legion near the target. Like what?
Right.
Deals
So
if
obviously this is great, especially when you're hunting and you catch someone five bomb out there. So I think on average, people will hit 3 or 4 extra targets because if you think about it, if you're hitting someone that's five marching, you're hitting one target, so that's 1 plus 4, so you're really only getting 4 extra target legions. If you think about it like that. So I think on average people won't really cap out the damage for this target unless you're like charging into a ball or maybe like a small group. So I think on average people will hit an extra 300 or 400 damage factor more. And keep in mind, some people have been thinking that this is like a AOE skill. It doesn't change Forendill's uh, rage skill how it behaves now. Right now it's single target, and it would still remain single target with this buff.
That's interesting though. Like, because when I read that, I'm like, wait, like, how do we know what's the cap on how many targets it can hit? Like, it just says for each enemy legion near the target legion. Like, what? That sounds broken as hell.
Yeah, but it says damage factor 100, 100 max 100
Uh
up
huh.
to 500, right?
So
So that's how I'm reading it.
yeah,
So
and
you get
it's
an extra
mm,
damage for each legionnaire up to 100, up to 500 max.
that's pretty cool. And I'll be honest, I feel like Ferrando definitely needs that love, a little extra love compared to some of the other Cav heroes. Don't get me wrong. I hear mixed things about Ferrando. Some people are like he's the worst. He's the absolute worst. Some Cav players say he's the best. But I think it has a lot to do with if you are hunting range units. I feel like that's where Ferrando's like bread and butter is. But majority of Cav players and Cav enthusiasts usually yeet their freaking Cavs into anything, and I don't think that's Ferrando's like bread and butter. You know?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, damage factor wise, Forando is not the best. Obviously, 1200 is very low compared to
Mm.
all of the other cows. Um, but utility and debuff wise, he's pretty strong in that sense. With the cowardice, he also does give extra burst damage with some of his kit, like the 40% attack, and then it kind of diminishes over time. So yeah, if you are hunting and you're able to go in and out of fights in hunt, it's pretty strong. Yeah.
Yeah. Now the one that I've been waiting for, good old Theodore. I don't have a Forondil in a good spot yet, or Tobin, so I rely a lot on my Theodore of trying to figure out how to make him fit into my lineup. I understand that you recently dropped him actually from your lineup, yeah. Um, well,
Yeah.
I'll get into that
Current,
here in a minute.
yeah.
Let's see if it changes. So with his change now, so when he's doing an unyielding rush, he instantly gets the 3 stacks of consoles mark. Bro, that is absolutely insane. What is that? 60% hero skill damage?
Or just his attack, correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's strong, obviously. And this really only benefits if your Theodore is your commander. Because if you ever had, let's say, you ever use Forondil and Theodore in the back as your deputy, you would already get the the 60% because Forondil and Theo give enough debuffs to max it out. So this really only really matter if you use the Theodore as your primary hero.
Have you ever noticed Theodore's stacks not working properly? Because I've heard that being said in the past, but I never really looked at the reports to see
To
if
be
that
honest,
was true or not.
yeah, to be honest, I have never looked at the reports either to see if that's true or not. But if that is true, then maybe this will also help out.
Yeah, hopefully it does. All right, now the one that has a lot of people talking, freaking Goresh skill ravaging army, which is his rally. Some people are saying a nerf, some people are saying it's
I
a
don't see how
buff.
I don't see how this is a nerf.
So it says here, so now when besieging cities and strongholds, if the target garrison captain is an infantry hero, for every other attacking legion in the siege, this hero's legion gains 20% up to 60% to inflict cower. So counterattack damage. Um, you see here, there's a negative 20, then it goes to negative 40 when it launches a normal attack. What the hell is that even saying? What do you think?
You're inflicting cower, which is a debuff. So
Uh
I
huh.
read this as inflicting a debuff on the target garrison captain, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they're infantry, so you're putting a debuff on them for them to do 40, less counterattack damage. I don't see how that's a nerf.
Yeah.
You're putting a debuff on your target legion, whoever your target is, to do less counter damage. So you're taking less counter damage from them. That's how I read this.
No, yeah, for sure. What's crazy too is like one of the things that I'm kind of like predicting is that Goresh is still gonna be one of the rally heroes, bro. Simply for the fact that um he does so well getting swarmed down. For example, like a Magro Danfel, anytime I've seen someone rally with that, people swarm it down. Like they are not afraid to swarm that down. As opposed to a Goresh, when a Goresh is in there, like, dude, you're just asking to get absolutely smacked. So yeah, I mean that's a pretty good buff there.
Yeah,
Um,
I can see what you're
okay,
saying.
going into Tohar now. No, this one I feel strongly about because I'm a mage main, right? But anyway, so essentially now for Tohar guys, they added an AOE. So each time the Earthic Conduit is casted, it hits an extra 3 enemy legions. So you can hit up to 4 targets with this. Which
Is that only for garrison though? When you're a garrison?
yes,
Okay, that's what That's
yeah.
what I saw. I want to confirm what you saw the same thing.
Yeah. Now, listen, maybe it depends, right? So you see here it says when garrisoning cities, da 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 da, period.
Yeah.
Now that's where we're gonna have to see. I'm actually probably
Yeah.
gonna test this. I'll probably test this after this, and I'll probably like throw it into the video if we do notice something. Cause dude, and then it says the period, right? Each time Earth the Conduit is cast, it hits an extra 3 enemy legion. So it could potentially be on its own. And if it is on its own, that is absolutely massive, bro.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm okay with it too because I also do play mages. So I mean, merits are merits. So no matter if they're cav merits or they're mage merits.
For sure. All right, now, good old Thundelyn. This one's a huge one, right? Because they even outlined it gold. So her Sky Fury, if the primary target is defeated, summoned lightning will no longer immediately disappear. They are hearing us out, chat. So instead, it remains in place and continues to deal damage to random enemy legions until its duration ends, which is absolutely insane, bro.
Yeah, this is amazing. I think this is a great quality of life change for this skill. And
Mm-hmm.
that makes sense. Like all the other rage skills for the other heroes, they do their full damage, right? But since this is what do you call it? Dot like a damage over time. Um, the damage just goes away if that target dies, which is kind of unfair. Um,
For sure, for sure. And then another Thunderlyn buff, which where's the Thalea buff? Hello. But anyways, Thunderclap. Okay, so now, the main one of the main differences here is that so I'll just read it. Each time the summon lightning deals damage while in the field, it has a 30% chance to deal extra diffuse magic damage to the target and enemy legion near the target. 3 targets in total. That's a lot, bro. So
yep.
what's the main difference there? The 3 targets in total.
Yeah, that's what I'm
So
saying. Um, three,
damage to
three
the target
targets
legion at
total.
random. So now it's instead of random, so they kind of remove the random side of it, at least like um the text. So
Mhm.
now it just says damage to the target and enemy legions near the target. So yeah, that's the main thing, bro. I mean, shit. If
450 times
this,
3.
bro, if this doesn't put the G3 mages above all the other mages, I mean, there's a big chance that it could happen. And to be
Should.
honest,
It should.
and to be honest, like I said, whenever I'm looking at the reports, I always feel like Thunderlyn is the one carrying that G3 march. So it surprises me that Thalea didn't get above, specifically her awakening skill. The only real way that I see her awakening skill is good is just stacks. For one, Visage of Sanctus if you run that, and also just stacks for the Seraphic. But besides that, I feel like her awakening skill is kind of mid, bro. Not even mid, to be honest. I know you mentioned that you have to lay at 555, and I'm like, bro, I would just keep her at that. No cap. That's like 95% of her entire kit already. So yeah,
Yeah,
man.
I see what you're saying there.
So how do you feel like overall, like about these changes, bro? What are
Overall,
you
the
what are you
change,
most excited for? Let's just say that.
o- obviously, I'm excited for Forondil, but I'm also excited for Thunderland too. I mean, that looks pretty strong and interesting. We'll have to see how it is in open field war and whatnot. Definitely, yeah, it would be nice to see that March shoot up in #1 merits above like Lilia or even the Magday mages.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, I feel like sure, Thunderlyn already has a like a crazy debuff, so she's not just damage. Um, but more than ever now, I mean, especially with the opponent that we have ahead of us, which is Rage. I think that they might have the most tanks ever, bro. I'm not even kidding. Like with a lot of those players being coming from BDO, they have a very big infantry culture over there. Um, coming over to SSG, led by Aristotle, that now goes by KT, or unless that's two different people. I may have messed that up, um, but yeah, having all this extra damage is pretty crazy. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for the video. Just wanted to go over the patch notes, especially with the help of Fluffy here, another player that loves the open field. And on that note, guys, we were literally just talking about essentially vicariously living through our freaking heroes being out in the field, man. That's how much me, Fluffy and I love this game. So for all these buffs coming in finally, is a big W because it lets us, the players, know that the devs are hearing us out. Like we want to see some of these changes in some of these heroes. Granted, some of these took quite a bit to get here, specifically the Theodore buff and Forondil buff. They've been needing a buff for a long time, bro. What has it been, over a year plus already?
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
year and a half. Like
Even when
it's
they release Porno and you see 1200 damage factor in Emery's, had 1500, you're like, wait, what? You're
Yeah.
G2 hero.
Yeah, so it's good to see that, the changes are coming in. So, but yeah. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for this one. I hope that you guys enjoyed Fluffy and I's review here. Also, if you guys enjoyed this review, make sure you guys drop a like on the video. Definitely helps us out. I like doing. I want to start doing these a little bit more, especially for you guys that listen to the videos on your way to work or while you're working, and then get insight on what the buffs are. Also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, guys, hit that sub button, turn on the bell notification, lets you guys know when I go live or drop a new video. I will also be putting Fluffy's YouTube channel in the description box so you guys can see it there. Um, but yeah, I appreciate you joining me here today, Fluffy. And I look
Thank you.
forward to our season, brother. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
All
Take
right,
care, man.
guys. It's your boy Guns and Fluffy. We out. Peace, y'all.
Yeah. Peace.